was 14, the eldest of 6, when Flynn's needed a live-in maid to clean their posh house. My mother didn't exactly say it was time to leave our crowded house, but she did say that working in a fine house like Flynn's would improve my chances in America. I'd learn things. I'd have a room to myself. The mattress would not be made out of canvas bags sewn together and filled with straw like what I was used to, Ma'am said. Then she added, "Damn and blast the poverty anyhow." As she helped me tie the old suitcase on my bike, Ma'am prayed out loud. With each pull and knot of the twine, she intoned, "May the Lord and his blessed mother watch over us." "Sure, she's a big girl now going off to work," Dad said, wheeling his own bike out of the stable where he kept straw for the cattle. Dad and I couldn't think of anything to say as we cycled along the Knock Road. I fixed my eyes on the roadside and put the thoughts that made me feel I was being given away out of my mind. We walked down the steep Crookawanya Hill because Dad said, "We can take our time. We can go easy. There's no rush, so there isn't." I was glad to hear him speak, but couldn't respond. There was tightness in my chest that kept me from thinking. I noticed icicles on the tree behind Nafesy's wall, tiny ones that dripped when the sun shone through them, making blinking stars between the branches. When my eyes got blurry, I got off the bike to fix the suitcase. "Is the owl suitcase giving you trouble?" Dad asked. "I was just fixing it so it wouldn't fall off," I said. Dad put his bike against the stone wall and undid the twine. He took the suitcase off, looked at it as if it had done some sort of crime, put it back again and retied it. "Soon you can buy a bag with the £1 a week wages you'll be earning," he coaxed. When we mounted the bikes again, I could hear ice crackle as we slowly cycled over frozen puddles. Looking around the bend, I saw Flynn's house with smoke from its tall chimney twirling against the black clouds that gathered above it. Soon, the big green door with its stained glass border opened, and there, standing in the doorway, was Mrs. Flynn. She wore a tweed skirt and a blue linen blouse. Her dark hair was in a bun, and the glasses on the tip of her nose moved when she smiled. "Welcome to our house. Put your coats on the rack." Dad must have seen a coat rack in England because he knew what she meant. We followed her into the parlor where she offered us tea. I was embarrassed when the cup wouldn't stop shaking. I felt panic at the thought of being left there with a stranger in a big house with a second floor and so many rooms. I pictured myself getting lost and not being able to find my way back to the parlor. What sort of breakfast would I have to prepare for these posh people? Mrs. Flynn said something, but when I didn't respond, she half smiled and patted my hand. "I'll show you around the house," she said as Dad got up to leave. When he put on his coat, I noticed a button was missing and the cuffs of his sleeves were frayed. Dad looked at me, then at the door before he turned to leave. I stood with my arms folded and tried to think about nothing. I saw him cycling to the road and getting off his bike to close the gate that separated the Flynn's roadway from the main road. He waved to me, but I did not wave back because my arms stayed folded and wouldn't move.